Good afternoon, everyone. What I'm going to be showing you here is not exactly how to make one of these masks, which I will link a video to. There are ladies somewhere in Colorado, or a group of people, I should say, who are making these masks for medical professionals, doctors, nurses, etc., to put on over their already own masks as an extra layer of protection. For me, if I don't have a mask, then I feel at least more comfortable wearing something like this as opposed to wearing nothing at all. And the nice thing about these masks is that they have little pockets. It actually goes all the way through the pocket. And you can place material in between the pocket. I'm thinking like towels, like small hand towels or something that'll fit in there. You could pull it all the way through so it fits snugly in there, and it just gives. I think it just gives you an extra layer of filter if you have to be out there buying groceries or whatnot in these uncertain times. So again, I'm not going to show you how to make these masks. Look to the lady who's a professional on how to make them. I've been just attempting my hand at trying to make them a little bit better for my purposes or our purposes. So something I did come up with is an idea for the lady in the video suggests that if you have it, if someone who is into sewing, does a lot of sewing, has elastic, that they place that on this edge here so that when the doctor puts it on their face, it kind of goes over their ears. And what I'm using now is an elastic. It's just a piece of cloth that I made into a loop and I threaded through there. But as you can see, in my opinion, this isn't a very good fit. There's a little bit of space here, even though I have a piece of metal sewed up here, for the nose. I can make it a better fit. That just takes a little bit more work. Basically, what I would do is I would pull back these two little things and somehow attach them back here with either a safety pin or another piece of cloth. But again, that's just a lot of work, and in my opinion, I have a better idea of how to make it so it's just one single continuous piece, and you could tie it real easily in the back, and it'll give you this nice tight coverage that you can see I have here all around. So, I will be using, the example I thought would be best is just a shoelace. The shoelace already has the little end so that you could, guide it through the edges there. And a shoelace, in my opinion, works really good for this. If you don't have a shoelace, you could use a piece of cloth. You want it to be at least 2.5 feet long. This is one of my another attempt of one of the masks. It's a bigger mask. It works better for my purposes. Covers more of my face. The smaller pattern that you'll get will give you something about this size, and that's good for. It'll work for me, but it's better for like a smaller nurse, a smaller doctor, a smaller person. So okay, let me show you the example of an already done one with the shoelace. So that's the top of the mask. That's the part that'll go up here against my nose. And obviously this is the bottom of the mask. This is the edge that the shoelace or the piece of cloth goes through. And what I did, and I'll show you in just a moment, is I took the shoelace, I started, say, here, and I looped it through, came out the bottom, and then went up. I think that's the best way to have it, because otherwise you would have the shoelaces. Anyway, let me show you why I think that's best. So it goes on like this. See. Well, let's. It's too short. The shoelace, unfortunately, is too short. But I guess I'll be showing you now how to string it. So again, if this is the top of the mask, and I'm looking down with the bottom closest to me, I would take the shoelace and I would string it through. there's an easier way to do this with the safety pin, but I figured since the shoelace already had its own little natural thing to make it easier to string stuff through, that I would just use that. And since I'm already in the process of doing that, I'll just finish it. So there comes out what, in my, what I've been saying is the bottom. So there it is. And again, get a longer shoelace if you can, or a longer piece of cloth. And now I'm going to put it up through this edge. Just pull it through. Sorry I'm taking so long, but it would have taken me longer to show you with the safety pin and cloth. So okay, so I'm going to just kind of hold it when I put it on. So again, this goes like this. Again, this being the top of the mask, goes like that. And now I'm going to tighten it around the back. As you can see, with that extra little bit of metal, where'd it go, that I've sewn in, there it is. It's holding real well against my nose. I'm able to tie it back here, just a simple little tie. And again, I'm working with something that's way too small for these purposes, but it seemed like the best option to show you. And I tied it back there. Obviously, a longer piece of cloth or a longer shoelace is what you're going to require. So, as you can see, it's a real nice tight fit. Hard to get my fingers down through there, especially with a little bit of metal. Real nice and tight all around. Well, let me untie it. And let me show you a better version of what I've done. So let's get rid of the shoelace. That wasn't very helpful anyway. So here's the mask that I made for myself, which all I did was I increased the size of the pattern slightly. Again, I'm facing it basically with the nose pointed away from me and the bottom pointed towards me. This is a longer piece of cloth, still not the ideal length in my opinion, but it's got little, I put a tie, or I put a knot on this end, and this one's already has a natural knot there so that it won't come through as easily. And I'm going to put it over my head like this. I'm going to cinch it up a little. I'm going to put it up against my face, and then I'm going to tie it. And you see how with the longer string, it just works so much better. And there's a little piece of metal there that I added to the mask. The lady showed you how to put the metal on there. All it is really is a paper clip, which you just unbend and bend to your specifications. I sewed it in by hand because I found that was the easiest way to do it. They show you how to do it with the sewing machine with like a little zigzag stitch, but that was way too complicated for me. It was just so much easier just to do it by hand. Okay, I'm so sorry. So showing you, I'm just tying that back there. And this, because it's bigger, because I have a bigger face, is just a much better fit, you know? Here, so nothing's getting in there. Nothing's getting down there. If I put padding in here, that's an extra bit of filtration and protection for me or a medical professional. So I'm almost done. I think what I might do is no, I'm done. That's what I wanted to show you.